Hello, everybody. So nice to see you. Thank you for joining me early. Ayak, Emery, got a period. And Eric, how are you? Nice to see you. Good to see everybody. We're gonna have a nice little chat today. Like 10 minutes before this stream started, I get all fucked up over things that have absolutely no bearing on my soul. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but like, just, do you ever have a feeling that, like, you feel like you're getting the best of somebody, yet you want more, and they're not giving you the time that you deserve? And that really sucks, and I don't like that feeling. I'm putting on my sneakers right now. Some people, I think in the... Hi, nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining. Some would call these trainers, I guess. Trainers in the UK, and tennis shoes out in the Midwest. Hi, nice to see everybody. My goodness, it's so good to see you all. I have a few things I'd like to talk about today. I'd like to rein it in first with what's it called? I would like to talk about the response that VidCon gave to the whole Anita situation. I hate bringing her up all the time because she sucks. She's so toxic and negative, but like she serves for me as this jumping off point where I can like really just jump into a lot of different aspects of things. Nice to see everybody. My goodness gracious. But yeah, I wanted to get into the response that was given by the Greens because it just is so frustrating. Nice to see you guys. Very cool. I see how it goes. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's so, like, my entire building just smells today. I don't know what is going on. You would think VidCon would hate toxic people, but no. Let's put one up on the panel. Let's, like, I watched some of that cyberbullying panel. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I watched some of that cyberbullying panel, and just the word salad that fell out of Anita's mouth, because that's basically, if someone is talking and talking and talking and talking and never pauses to listen to another person, and they always talk about I, me, experience is only related to me, then you can kind of start to sort of almost negate what that person is saying, like, because they're not offering anything. They're offering their experiences, which some people maybe possibly would identify with. But the thing, I know, I couldn't stand that panel. Like, everything seemed so petty. It was so terrible. Oh my gosh. But so I did want to discuss the reaction that the Green Brothers grave. Oh my god, Green Brothers grave. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm schwitzing? It's so hot today. Oh my god, I am so done with how hot it is, and like it's not even. Oh, I don't know, man. I should like go in the pool tomorrow when I go to the gym tomorrow. I didn't see that response. What was that about? Alright, let's go over to here. We'll go to the VidCon debrief. With the benefit of a couple days, here are two things we want to talk about. Okay, so the creators who did get kicked out. That, like, I'm for people getting kicked out if they are inciting riots. And the only people that really seemed upset by the people who got kicked out were their teenage fans. It's just really really crazy because, like Logan Paul and like a bunch of other these like white bro YouTubers, I guess is what I'll call them. A lot of them, they came in and they just stormed on the premises and just like ran with it, like literally ran with it, and that's bullshit. And I think that is like the Greens, like I want to commend them for starting VidCon. Like, it is a really good event to go to, but they need to listen to the audience, not just the people who will echo their same sentiments. Like, you know, I don't really understand why you wouldn't listen to everybody. Oh my god. So, here's how our current procedure works. When a creator starts getting mobbed at VidCon, we do our best to give them an opportunity to meet their fans, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, that's fine, but it's also the content creator's responsibility to not incite a riot. I mean, I'm telling you guys, you can see it in one of my videos. Excuse me, I can't remember exactly. I think it's the one where it's panel hopping and shitlord spotting. There is a moment where I was there watching the Logan Paul thing go down, and the fact is he had a hype man next to him, some guy in green who was screaming to get the crowd going. It was not cool to see, and you know, it's a bunch of teenagers. It's the teenage energy, the fangirl energy is dangerous. It can be. I'm telling you, I never felt more afraid. And I've been to like millions of protests, and I was actually afraid I was gonna get trampled, or somebody was gonna get hurt. It was really scary. Yes, I was in the drone footage. That's what's so funny. Oh my gosh. I agree that these guys they're definitely starting to pander, and I think that that's really unfortunate, because who are you pandering to? You're pandering, you know, I don't want to sound like a dick here, but there were some people like that were walking around VidCon, and they were, you know, no gendered people, and they just physically looked like when you turn the color bars too high, when you set the television brightness too high, it was just like desaturated people. It was just really weird. No, Jake Paul is way better than me in every way. I'm so obsessed. Oh my god, it's so crazy. I'm just kidding. So let's see. All right. I'm glad they're taking steps to make things better. But this harassment issue is where I take issue, because everybody's apologizing to Anita. And if you see my footage, and anybody's footage, I'm sorry, but just because the person of your ire is sitting there in the audience does not give you the right to lash out at them. And that's what she did. I swear to God, I will swear to you guys right now, everybody that went there, we met up like 3 hours beforehand, and they were like, oh, we're gonna go to the panel. I'm like, I was like, oh, like, we're not gonna say anything. And I remember Chris Worski exactly was like, nah, we're just gonna sit there. And I was like, we should ask a question about Anita's most recent video and like throw her off a little bit. He's like, yeah, it'd be funny. But the whole point of going there was not to mess anybody up. It wasn't there to. I don't feel like there was any malicious intent. It was a silent trolling in a way, and she took the bait. She was the one who started it, and I'm sorry, but like, why are we apologizing? Why are we apologizing to this woman? She broke rules of conduct and intimidated another panel member with the cyberbullying thing, you know, the cyberbullying panel. And I don't understand, why are we kowtowing to her? Is it because she's a woman? Is that it? Because, you know, I on my videos that I recently put out, I've gotten more ire from women than men. Isn't that weird? Is the stream being bad? Yeah, it looks like it's being a dick for a second. I don't know why it's... Still says I'm lived. I'm lived. We back? YouTube just doesn't want me to stream ever. YouTube cannot let me be great. It's really annoying. I think if VidCon really wanted to be better, if the Green Brothers wanted to be better, they would reach out to people who were there and could talk to them. But, you know, how do Anita hack the stream? Oh my god! But how do you even reach out? Like, I can't do it myself. I have this very teeny tiny little voice on YouTube, you know, for all intents and purposes, but, you know, oh God, I don't know, guys. Look, many people in these communities end up believing the righteous thing to do is threaten, harass, and dox the thinkers they're arguing with. That can be applied to both ways. I've seen plenty of SJW types, especially on Tumblr, go after people's homes, go to their places of work and try to get them fired. Hello, Maddie, nice to see you. And so why are we acting like it's only one way? It's only one group that does this harassment? Because, you know, right now it just seems like the blame game where everybody's just throwing spears at one another and throwing barbs and jabs at one another and saying, but you did it first, you know? Some woman who commented to me today on one of my videos said that, you know, I'm part of the problem because I'm not telling my team to not harass people. Like, you know, it's guilt by association, basically, because I was sitting with these people. Now it's my fault because I'm not telling them to stop. Well, I'm sorry, but I have the best audience on YouTube. I don't know what they're talking about, but nobody in my streams is a dick. Well, their dicks pop in and out every so often, as they do in life, so you know what I mean. This doesn't make sense. Some who snuck in with fake passes. I don't know if they're referring to the shitlords or whatever, but they had been either perpetrators of this harassment or had for years watched as the outrage they cultivated resulted followers doxing, harassing, intimidating, and even threatening the lives of the creators on these panels. Same thing could be said for Anita. I don't doubt that Gamergate people were all responsible. Wait, which is anti-Gamergate and which is Gamergate? Can someone explain that to me, because I literally don't know. A panelist called out one of the audience members for being someone who had made her life very difficult and wished she didn't have to give him attention because he was a garbage human. She didn't have to give him attention. She absolutely didn't have to give him attention, but she did because she cannot let go of the past. She can't let go of things and be a professional. If you're a professional speaker, you don't do that. That just doesn't make sense. And I'm flabbergasted that the Green Brothers are so cuck-ish at this point that they would apologize to this woman for being an insufferable word. I'm sorry, that's really rude to say, but it just, you know, he told her that her comment had violated her policy, but he understood that there was a broader context, which, to be clear, we were blissfully ignorant of until this weekend and remain inexpert in. He apologized to her for not having been more aware of and active in understanding the situation before the event, which resulted in her being subjected to a hostile environment that she had not signed up for. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you... That's so disappointing. That's so unbelievably disappointing, because I do think VidCon is a great idea. It's a great thing to have this convention that you can meet your favorite YouTubers and you can learn how to YouTube better, you know, that there were plenty of opportunities to learn and to grow, and it just... I don't understand why the hell... Excuse me. I don't understand why the hell this was a thing. So, you know, these days success can happen fast, and creators might not yet have understood or accepted the responsibility their influence brings. I mean, that's a true statement. I think that that's a very true statement, but I don't think it's... I think the fact that you are making it like you're trying to paint these guys in a bad light. And, like, honestly, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the things that are said about these women, these feminist women, I don't think that they're all great. I think that people have said really horrible things. Like, I'm getting comments on my videos that are like people saying, like, oh, she's a cunt, fuck this. And I'm just like, shut up. Like, that doesn't add anything. Name calling is so stupid, you know? Oh, well, as long as you guys aren't being dicks to one another, I don't really care. So, you know, it's a very, oh, Rob Dyke is not a YouTuber anymore. That's a, you know, that's probably a good assessment, because honestly, being a YouTuber comes with a broader context, does it not? You know, and she has friends in journalism that can make the green flag visible. That's so obnoxious, because people are using their journalistic skills for just plain evil. All these Polygon articles about how Anita is the victim here, you know. Oh, well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I just wish, I feel like we have been in kind of a watershed-esque moment, and maybe it happens every VidCon. I don't really know, because I haven't been to another one. But I think it's kind of this moment where we start to see tides changing, and people are kind of getting called out for their outlandish behavior, and behavior that isn't deemed acceptable by everybody else's standards, because I think people are starting to raise their standards a bit more, and not just be all like wishy-washy about you know, what we're putting out online. What we have, like, we want to push the envelope, and we want to be edgy. Like, this is what I was talking about with Fox and Friends, about how they wanted you as a writer there, they wanted you to push the envelope a little bit and make it, like, you know, not make up news, obviously, but make the viewers captivated by your story. So that's what I try to do, and I try to put out content that is, you know, I'll stand behind it, but it's good. Hey, Firefox, nice to see you. But it's good. It's good stuff. But it's stuff that's not inciting anger and inciting rage. I try not to, because there's content creators that they know what they're doing. They know that the thing that they say is not going to jive with everybody, you know, and yeah, possibly. Well, you know, change is scary. Changing and growing, and it can be kind of a oh, thanks for joining, Eric. See you later. It can be scary to change your ways and to admit that you were wrong about something, you know. It can be a daunting task. But you know, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think we could always move on and do fun things if we are willing to be open to learning and talking. My problem is, I personally, this is my stream, I can talk about myself if I want to. My problem is I don't have, you know, 200,000 subscribers, so no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like I think that there's conversations I could be having with people too, and you know, no one cares. No one wanted to talk to me. I actually got told to my face, like, oh, I'm sorry, but I didn't want to talk. I wanted to talk to someone else. I was like, yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't see that she apologized today, but I did see that there was something going on with Riley. Actually, when we were walking to my car, me and Matt and Dieter and Nick, we saw Riley. We were all like, hi, Riley, nice to see you. It was so cute. And she was like, whoop, she got very, she was kind of like, wait, what? People were saying hi to me? It was very nice. It was really cute. So many posers and preps all over the place. Oh my gosh, sorry. So, I don't have an example here, but I wanted to engage the chat on this one. I wanted to talk about, like, the mental gymnastics people put themselves through in order to always think that they're right, correct, or whatever. In the meantime, would you guys mind sharing the stream, and we'll just keep going here. So, I think it's very easy, especially online, obviously, to you know, whatever you're putting out, like, people are going to automatically believe, like, that's what you believe, you know, and you say things, that are knowingly mean, or you say things that are knowingly, like, the truth spun just a smidge. But then I want to understand when people are presented evidence of their own hypocrisy, what causes someone to just double down and say, well, no, that's not what I meant. And, you know, there's a lot of these YouTubers out there that really, they're not, I don't know. I know that everybody, see, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's a crazy thing. There's people out there that they just, you wonder what this you wonder what this like mental block is, because oh man, like I really want to just start naming people, but I think that would be really shitty. I don't know. What do you guys think? um, well, in Riley's case, I just do think that there's sometimes you're not comfortable enough to say what's really going on. You know, I can understand that, but you know, I don't know. What's the deal with John Cusack? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh. Well, alcohol does bring out the truth in some people, does it not? That's why, like, I don't really drink that much, and I just remember being a drunk freshman idiot where I would just be like, yeah, 3 shots, and just be just an asshole to everybody and just be loud and annoying. I'm like, that gets so old after a while. Like, just being this hub of like, haha, I'm the drunkest person here. Yes, indeed, man. He's a Hollywood Steve Shives, you guys. Oh my gosh. Like, apologizing for things can actually, you know, it can really benefit you. And it doesn't make you look like a pussy or anything. It actually makes you look like a human being. It humanizes people, and like, and you know, I don't expect any slates to be wiped clean by anything, but just owning up to your shit and owning up to everything that you have done or people accuse you of doing is really a good thing. You know, I don't think it could be a bad thing. I don't know. I haven't actually watched Riley's video, but it might be something I should watch just to make sure. Yeah, you don't have to drink on your 21st birthday. Like, no, like, whatever, like, you don't have to do anything that people expect of you. That's why I don't, you know, it's like, now, like, someone like Anita, everybody went into it expecting that she was going to be a bitch, and she was a bitch, you know, and, that's what's really annoying, you know. I think that there's always going to be a sense of divide in some respects, but I think that I think the more that we talk about it and the more that we're open about it, the divide will be broad. How do I put it? I want to say broader because it's, oh, thank you, that's nice of you to say. I don't know if the broad will be, maybe what I want to say is that the divide will be closed a little bit, because we'll learn to discuss and be open with one another and find where disagreements are, and instead of like inciting anger and fervor over these disagreements, we'll be like, oh, well, I don't agree with that, but you're cool, let's go clink glasses and have a beer together, you know. So I think that that is the way to go here. And unfortunately, there's certain people online that exist. There's certain people who will never ever admit that they are wrong or that another person is right. And I think that you know, that's an unfortunate thing. The one person who comes to mind right now, Tariq Nasheed, who you know, I watched him during a live stream the other day, which I was blocked from asking a question. Just one question, and then I got blocked. He was going on a racist tirade about Bunty, Mr. Bunty King, you know, calling him a camel fucker, an Arab, and all these, like, really not nice things to say. But that's somehow excusable. No one seems to bring that up. No one seems to care. And even if you point that out to him, he's like, no, I can't hear you. And I just don't understand how someone can be this insightful and mean and angry and but not have the cognitive ability to look at to listen to what is falling out of his fucking mouth. I don't understand, you know? So these are the kinds of mental gymnastics that I do want to talk about. And there's, you know, there's a lot of people, like, I know there is one person who I know people have wanted me to talk about. And I'm wondering if you can, yeah, exactly. Right, it's only, like we've, so many, the chat, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's like, God, it's so frustrating because there's just so much, like, there's so much anger that does exist in this world, and, like, it just manifests itself in different ways, like, you know, Tariq hates the white man, and Anita hates man in general, like, and, like, Richard Spencer hates people who are white, like, it just, like, it's so many coins were flipping in the air, and, you know, oh God, it's just, it's really, it's a sad thing to witness, and, like, my anger, you know who I'm talking about. I really wanna let it flow, because it's been bad, you know, but I don't want to be, I don't, I mean, you know, folks online, we do enjoy, like, the attention that we get from things. I just think that getting attention for something so inherently negative is you know, just puts a horrible cloud over you, and just exemplifies how much of a shit person you can really be. It's not cool. Oh, Jonathan McIntosh. That guy's like unrisen dough. Like, these are just, you ever just see a guy and you're just like, hell no. Like, no, never. Ew, no, ew, smutfic, gross. It's so terrible, oh my gosh. Yeah, we can't, if we let our outrage, like, take us, you know, hi, nice to see you. If we let our outrage take us to, like, our outrage can take us to some really dark places, I think. And, it's unfortunate because, then we start, you know, rubbing elbows with some questionable people. And just like guilt by association, you know, even if you think you're doing something for the right reasons, it could be really, really, it could be bad. I'm still hesitating because I do, there is this one YouTuber who I would love to talk about, but I don't want that backlash, you know. Ew, Anita and Tariq, that's so gross, oh my god. Excuse me. Didn't mean to hiccup there. But there's, you know, it's a fascinating thing. We just, I don't think we really realize just how much you're showing someone online, because you can hear words and that's all well and good, but it's the inflection of how you speak, it's the words that you choose to use, it's your body language, it's all sorts of different things that I think people are becoming aware of. It's not just, you know, obviously a little teenager online, like, let's just use the most generic thing. You know, they're not going to pick up on it because they haven't lived as much yet, or some of them, most of them, I guess, haven't. You know, but where the fuck was I going with that? Sorry, everything just exploded. I know, you don't get a sub boost without controversy. That really sucks. I don't like controversy. I'd rather not have it, you know? But, you know, I'm not very good at confrontation. It's a weird thing, but, you know. I just guess that, you know, if I'm gonna give advice to anybody, you know, it's not a bad thing to pay attention to what goes out online. Like, it's always a good thing to be like, you know, oh, this is who I am, this is how I talk, and blah, 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 like, but, you know. I didn't see that glamour feminist video. I don't know what that is. Just tweet it to me and let me know. So, the one other thing I wanted to talk about with you guys tonight, which freaked me out a little bit. I didn't know this, but there's weird veins there's like weird pockets of crazy all over YouTube, and this was a thing, excuse me. This was a thing a while ago that people were, you know, calling out pedophilia that does exist on YouTube. I hesitate to talk about it because it's such a dark subject, but it's something that I think is important to bring attention to. There's like a vein of women on YouTube who make breastfeeding videos, and they're like vlogging with their boobs out and with kids on their boobs, like toddlers, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old kids on their boobs. I mean, and YouTube allows it because, in essence, breastfeeding can be used as an educational thing. Like, there's videos of people getting their chochas waxed on YouTube because it's for educational purposes. But with anything, and it's not a majority, but with anything, there's some weird stuff going on, you know. Like, honestly, in Manhattan, guys, like I want to just give my thoughts about, like, breastfeeding first off. In Manhattan, it's perfectly legal to walk around. If I wanted to, if I felt so inclined, I could walk around Manhattan with without a shirt on. Because there's no law that says, like, I have to wear a bra at all times. Like, I can't go bottomless, but I can go topless around Manhattan if I wanted to. I don't want to, and I'm not going to, but it's remains an option, you know. And as far as breastfeeding in public, I think, you know, if your baby's hungry, he or she has to eat, like, that's fine, but if you're gonna be there and, like, whip your tit out and, like, everybody just is watching, like that's not a norm. It's not a societal norm for a woman to whip her tit out with a baby on it. It's just not in this society. That's why we have carriers and baby Bjorns that can hide our babies if we need to breastfeed them in public. And that's what I don't understand. But these women seem very hell-bent on showcasing, and there's an element of exhibitionism and showing off. And let's just take a look. There's this woman. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get a strike for this. We're not a strike. We're just age restricted. But I'm not gonna show any videos. But this woman, her name is Spiritual Tasha Mama, a vegan breastfeeding mama. It's weird because all these women seem to be in the vein of veganism. But yeah, like, she's got her 2 kids. One's a baby, one's a 3-year-old, just on her titters, and there's videos of her where she calls herself sexy and nursing, you know, like, this is content that's okay on YouTube, you know. This is bizarre, you know. This is very odd stuff. Breastfeeding in Hawaii, like, all over the place. Now, oh my God, watch her eat faux mukbang and oh my God, like, watch her dance too, you know. This is just odd. Like, can birthing be organic orgasmic. What? What does that mean? I get it. Organic, orgasmic. That's just disgusting. Like, why are we like, you know, it's creepy because there's elements of like, I guess she hasn't done it in a while, but she did put like the sexy things, talking about her sexy breastfeeding mommy, talks about sex and ew. Like, I mean, this is just this is very bizarre. Let's just go take a look at some of the people that are related to her. IRL mommy, another just, yeah, look at all of this education. I don't want to know. Breastfeeding with baby and oh, okay. I thought, oh, alright, that's okay. I thought, oh, for a second, I thought it was gonna be like, man and baby and man, right on my taters. Oh my god, girl. Like, you know, like, whatever, it's a family. This is what families do, but why, like, why does everybody have to? Why does everybody have to see it? Why, like, why? I mean, obviously, I went looking for it, and I guess, in a way, but it is a little, it's very creepy, and the reason I bring it up is because there was a case of one woman who was a YouTuber. She got arrested for pedophilia. God, I don't remember the name. I don't remember her name, but she, the royalty-free ukulele, oh my gosh. It's, you know, I can't imagine that these women are doing it solely for educational purposes. Like, there's just an element of exhibition,ism, showing off something that you're supposed to be bonding with your child, but you're showing it to the entirety of YouTube. There's a woman, let me see if I can find her. There's a woman with, yep, nope. No. All of these women are vegan. Why are you all vegan? What the? Is anybody in this chat a vegan? Anybody here a vegan? Because what's the deal? What's the goddamn deal? What's the fucking deal? Does veganism make you want to just whip your tit out on YouTube? This woman, Sophie Joy's breastfeeding mama, like, she just whips it out and just talks about, well, I'm gonna keep doing it until it's normalized, you know. This woman, ew, why I don't shave, but ew, gross. Like, this woman is on, I mean, okay, I watched a video of this woman, and she, now I didn't know this because I admittedly am not a mom. I didn't know this, but if your child is suckling and starts pawing at your other boob, that's behavior that should be nixed. Like, they're not supposed to do that. And there's a video of this woman who's sitting there talking about sexual intercourse with her husband there while the kid's on her tit. And the kid's just yanking at her boob, and I just think that's disturbing. This is really disturbing, and I think because I've said a million years, because I've said a million times that this is the year of honesty, I think people are starting to notice what is aberrant behavior and what is behavior that shouldn't be tolerated, I guess. And should be called out in a way, because, I mean, that's the thing. At what make him whip his tits out, oh my gosh. At what point do we have to step in and understand and try to, you know, this just isn't, it doesn't sound, I'm struggling, I'm sorry, I'm struggling, because at what point, how do we know that the child is okay? Like, how do we know this isn't warping them? I don't know. It's like, this is learned behavior, obviously. Like, this is how you're raised in a way. There's a link between veganism and tit whipping. No, like this, like right here. He's 4 years old. He's playing with his mom's boob. This isn't normal. Do you remember in Game of Thrones? Do you remember in Game of Thrones when we first met Robin Aaron and he's sucking on his mom's boob? That was weird, you know. Exactly. People are gonna take advantage of this. People like you know. There's perverts all over the internet. Like, I'm sorry, but like how do you not? How do you not? It's not all vegans. It's definitely not all vegans. I know that, but for Christ's sake. I mean, yes, I would say that I don't know. I'm not a mother. I don't know. I just think that if your child can ask, "Hey, Ma, where's lunch? Come on." If they can ask to do that, then I think that it's maybe time to put the boob away. I just... And honestly, like, no one... How is this kid going to react when he grows up and sees that there's videos splashed all over the internet, because the internet is forever? How is he going to feel? How would you feel if this is something that you see your parent doing, your role model in essence? They're supposed to protect you and help you, and they've got you plastered all over the internet. Who knows who's watching it? And you're just there you are, just going to town on mom's tit. Ew, it's terrible. And it grosses me out because this is something that I see people, they talk about, and they talk about all the time in very inappropriate settings, and I think that that's not okay. Sometimes, you know, I don't think it's a bad thing to bring attention to things like this and let you guys know that this is going on. So hopefully, by me bringing attention to it is like, you know what to look out for should you encounter it again. Like, I don't, you know, that's kind of, what? 18? How do you, ew, like, oh my God, I'm broken inside. How do you, like, what if you're at school, it's like, oh man, I gotta go to lunch. Oh, you want to come with us? Nah, I gotta, back at home, my mom put her boob in a paper bag. That's how I'm gonna do it, you know. It's just, it's the hippie communities with internet access, you know. It's bizarre because I honestly, I want to be one of those people who just lives and let lives, you know. I want to be one of those people who's very open-minded, but there are certain things that I see and I witness that I just think are more detrimental to society than anything, and it's very unfortunate because these are the people who get the attention, you know. And we all like attention in our own certain way. But I just think that this I just think that this exploitative showcasing of filet McBoob, oh my God, oh man. There's a Japanese anime called Saikon no Quasar. What in the world? It's just, I don't understand where these ideas come from. Like, it's like, you know, I've been reading it for the past month. I'm kind of almost done with it. I have like 300 more pages to go. It's like a 1,000-page book. And just reading some of the things that Stephen King comes up with and just the mental images he paints, I'm just like, whoa, oh my God, I don't ever want to be inside his head, but I do. Like, I want to, like, where do you get these like crazy organic ideas? Like, I want ideas. I have no ideas anymore. It's crazy. But yeah, there's a whole wealth of craziness that goes on online, and it's you know, I like this format that we have come up with about, you know, picking things to talk about during the stream, you know. I mean, like, obviously I would do some chill streams here and there, but I think if I know I didn't do it yesterday because I was a lazy sack of shit, but I think if I do something like I make a video and then do a live stream later that night, I think that that would be a fun thing. Well, yeah, oh, I know what else I wanted to talk about. Did you guys see this documentary? It's an HBO documentary called Mommy, Dead, and Dearest. It's about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, from, I believe, Wisconsin. 2 years ago, she last year she was convicted of killing her mother. Her and her boyfriend were convicted. But then you unravel this woman's story, and the mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, kept her daughter, Gypsy, kept her sick for years and years and years. It was a case of Munchausen by proxy. So Gypsy was in this almost vegetative state. Basically, she was doped up on all sorts of cancer drugs and confined to a wheelchair even though she could walk. Oh my God, it's a heartbreaking documentary, and it's eye-opening, honestly, because it really does give you that perfect duality of like, well, there is no justification in taking someone's life, but holy shit, this woman did evil to her daughter. You know, I really recommend it. It's a fascinating documentary, great story. I mean, you know, everybody's saying their fetish, you guys. Oh my gosh, what's my fetish? I don't have one. Just, my fetish is being nice to me. Taking me out on a fucking date. I want to go on a date so badly. Oh my God, it's so bad. Ugh. How do people do that? Oh, it's so bad. It is. It's a very fascinating, documentary because, you know, hindsight is our strongest quality sometimes. And, the documentary is called Mommy, Dead, and Dearest. I highly recommend it. Hindsight is our greatest ally sometimes, and our dickest kind of, our meanest thing, or what am I saying? It's, hindsight can be a great ally, but can also be a kind of a jerk friend. I love Pizza Hut. But there were people in the documentary who were saying, like, you know, oh, she never let go, like, her mom never let go of her hand, and blah, 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 and, like, it's scary, because you can see in this woman's eyes, you can see just how evil she really was. It was, like, there was no goodness in her. Like, after the woman, Dee Dee, was killed, you know, people asked, like, what do you want to do with her ashes? And people said, throw them down the toilet. Like, that's somebody that nobody liked. That's a horrible, horrible feeling, that there are people in this world who just, like, you know, after they go, it's like, well, thank God, you know, it's, woo, it's scary. I want to go out to dinner. I want a dinner date. I haven't had a dinner date in years. Almost like a decade. I'm not even kidding. And that's sad. It's really sad. But this is Manhattan dating, guys. It's a bullshit kind of way. It's awful. It's awful, but it's great. But it's really bad. It's really bad right now because I'm mad at everybody. So yeah, we're gonna have to come to a close here. But these are great streams. I really enjoy doing these. Do you like them? Do you want to do these more? Is this what we're gonna be doing now? Just be making videos and streaming every so often, I guess. Like, it is what it is. I'd like to talk to other YouTubers that I was at VidCon with, but you know, I think that would be. It would be fun, but nobody knows who I am still, so it's okay. But let's keep making a name for ourselves. What's Baby Driver? I don't even know. G Tao. Good going Tao. That's me. In the meantime, basically all I do is I go to the gym. I've been going to the gym every single day since I got back from VidCon, because what else? I don't know. I guess so. I guess so. We'll see what happens. We'll figure things out. because I'm getting more work next month, so that's good, and I hope maybe a full-time job too. That would be amazing. So I'm gonna hop off here. I thank you all very much for joining me. This has been a great chat, and we'll just keep chatting and keep doing some stuff more. Maybe play a game here and all I do is win. Oh man, I wish. Maybe we'll play a game coming up too. I don't know which one, but it'll be a good one. So thanks guys for joining, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.